don't you see that? I know. She just hit me.
Say it right back to you. I obviously I don't. On camera, I'll say it. Do I look like you?
It's sad to see incidents of racism even on the police force. While some officers get away with it, some aren't so lucky. Here are the cases of some cops being racist on camera.
They told me to walk off. I told them all right, and I already been walked off.
My question to you is, if they tell you to leave the mall, you gonna leave the mall?
No, I don't want to.
On July 14, 2018 in San Antonio, Texas, an officer, Tim Garcia, was caught on camera disrespecting a civilian and using racial verbal expressions. Dwayne Robinson, his victim, was at the mall and not in his best character. So the mall security asked him to leave, which he did, but there was a problem. He had forgotten the exit and was going the wrong way. But instead of the security officers showing him the right way out, they became physical with him, and in his hopeless state, he pleaded that they call the police. They did, but Dwayne would soon realize that he was better off dealing with them than with the police intervention.
Okay, here's the deal. Now you're gonna get argumentative with me. They won't put you in jail. I'll put you in jail.
Imagine a situation where the one you thought could come in and save you does come in, but begins by threatening you. This is a shocker, and Officer Tim Garcia didn't stop there. He gained momentum and kept on intimidating Dwayne.
They don't want any loitering. They have the right to protect their customers here. And their customers are the people that pay rent here, the shops. So if you're not spending any money here, they don't want you here. They have the right to tell you they don't want you here. Now, understand this. If they tell you they don't want you here and you have to leave, then you have to leave. If you don't leave, then you're breaking the law. But you're not breaking the law by being here. But if they tell you to leave and you don't leave, then you're breaking the law. That's when I get involved.
Officer Tim Garcia took his time to explain why Dwayne needed to leave when the mall security asked him to, because their focus is on protecting the customers, and one way is to reduce loitering as much as they can. He proceeded to request for the ID to get his information, and just when Dwayne was about to comply, Officer Garcia said something really interesting that caused Dwayne to withdraw.
Your ID, let me just get your information, I'm gonna get their information, and then we'll be up.
Y'all take my information, so like, they talking about they want to give me for criminal trespass.
Yeah, they might give you a criminal trespass.
Look, I ain't even did. Why y'all give me criminal trespass? What you mean? What you mean they can't?
Sure.
No, hold up. What you mean
No,
they can't?
okay, here's the deal. I'm gonna ask you to do something, I'm gonna tell you, then I'm gonna make you.
Let me go, bro. Look, go ahead and let me go, bro. Look, go ahead and let me go, bro.
Stop tensing up.
I have criminal trespass.
You do now. Now you're going to jail.
Tensing up like that is resistance.
Fool, you had my arm, bro.
First of all, I'm not your fool. I'm an officer.
Look, bro, he had my
listen
arm,
to me
bro.
for a second.
He ain't your bro
I
either.
I've given you nothing but respect.
Look, and I'm trying to get all I did
No,
was
I ain't
ask
your
a
bro.
question, bro.
I'm not your fool. I'm nothing like
Look,
that.
bro.
With Dwayne now on the floor in cuffs, Officer Garcia decided to test his racial slur vocabulary on him repeatedly.
Say it right back to you. I obviously I don't. On camera, I'll say it. Do I look like you? Well, I'm only 3.4% African.
What's wrong with it? I thought you...
I'm 3.4.
The chief in charge of the San Antonio Police Department expressed displeasure over the body cam footage, and after investigations were carried out in January of 2016, Tim Garcia was suspended indefinitely from the police department. This isn't the end result most times for racist cops. Some of them get way lesser punishments.
Hey, who lives here? Who's the owner I can talk to? Who lives here? I'm asking who lives here. You do? All right.
Why y'all coming so close?
Arrest him.
On July 31st of 2022, officers from the Ohio Police Department were dispatched to a house party after they got reports from the neighbors regarding disturbances. This could have been from loud music because when the police officers arrived, there was no sign of violence or physical disturbance. What the police could have done was double check that these individuals having a party weren't going to become violent, and after confirming this, they will take their leave and everyone is happy. But this is not what happened. And quite frankly, it never happens, especially when the cops are racist and have a natural repulsive feeling when they deal with a certain race. The situation escalated so fast, and it is shameful how citizens and residents cannot fully trust the cops because who knows when they're going to flip the script.
Okay, I'll explain to you. I stood here and I told everybody to go in the house. Listen, are you gonna let me explain or are you gonna talk over me? Let's stop. Don't talk over me. Let me explain it first. I stood here. I told everybody in here, either go in the house or leave. I also asked who the homeowner was, so I knew who lived here, so I could talk to that individual to take responsibility for his home to make sure everybody got inside the house or left. After I said that, nobody moved.
Judging from the body cam videos, all this cop did was ask who lives here, and a mass arrest order was issued by him. So what he's doing right now is lying about why these guys have to be arrested. It's quite interesting how the police were called to ensure the party being held didn't escalate to becoming a commotion, but their presence brought the commotion and blew it up. The neighborhood is now in a state of chaos because these guys aren't just going to follow the cops without knowing their actual offense. It didn't end there either, and things quickly escalated.
Who else wants to go to jail? Because you're about to go. Go! Go! Why don't you listen and just go home? I don't have patience. People go to jail when I'm...
It is not enough that this cop seems to be authority drunk, he is also a trigger-happy cop, because that explains why he thought that the best way to get people out of the scene was to threaten them with his gun. From his words, we can only imagine how many innocent people have had to go to jail on his account or be killed for no reason. Are the cops out there to protect us or destroy us? We have to be grateful for body cams, as this seems to be the only reason why cops are kept in check. This cop wasn't the only one at the scene that displayed a level of racist attitude and violence on non-violent individuals either.
I have no idea what was going on up on the porch. I was not involved in any of that stuff, so I can't even tell you.
On the porch,
And that's what I
happened.
I have no idea. I was not one of the arresting officers.
just like everybody. Yeah, we're neighbors, just like everybody else.
Officer Ashlyn Pope was also at the scene and has quite a reputation for repeatedly being caught putting up this attitude. This time around, she dealt with the wrong person, Olympic boxer O'Shea Jones, who could be seen acting within her rights, trying to find out why the officers were making a huge mess out of everything, and hitting her door instead of just quietly dispersing the crowd. Jones and an unidentified lady went on to request the badge number of the arresting officer, and this is where things got heated.
She just hit me. Y'all just see that? Anna! She just hit me. Anna! She just hit me.
The officers left at the scene repeatedly refused Jones's access to the badge number of the arresting officer, stating that it was on public record. They also stopped her from speaking with one of the guys arrested, and seeing that she wasn't going to stop demanding this, Officer Ashlyn proceeded to take her phone to stop her from recording, and tried to put her in cuffs. The next thing that Officer Ashlyn did was hit Jones in the head and apply a lot of force while trying to cuff her. It was later recorded that Jones was arrested for obstructing official business and failure to disperse. Well, did Jones really try to obstruct official business?
We're here because of an unfortunate incident that happened right in Toledo, Ohio, where Miss Jones was asleep in her bed and she heard pounding on her door as the police attempted to kick it in. When she came downstairs, she simply asked for a badge number. When that happened, she was assaulted, she was handcuffed, and her life was changed.
Following the arrest of O'Shea Jones, her lawyers filed a lawsuit against the Toledo Police Department, but unfortunately, the prosecutors threw this out of the window, stating that it was necessary for the police to use force considering the situation. Officer Ashlyn was verbally reprimanded and nothing else was done.